真空
What's going on, guys? System Psycho back with Josh from the Combo Crew.
What's up, guys?
And today's video is going to be on a review on a comic book, mini-series that we pretty much just finished reading. Last issue just came out the other day, and we wanted to give our thoughts on it. It is the Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles team up. We're big Batman Ninja Turtle fans. I mean, this is something that was like crazy that they actually put both of them together, and we just want to talk about the story, the artist, and what our thoughts were on it initially. Who exactly was it that wrote it, and who drew it, and what it's about?
All right, so James Tynion IV was the writer of this series. He did. I know him from doing Batman Eternal. And I know Batman Eternal, it's kind of I don't want to say it's controversial, but it's one of those love-hate type comics.
Okay.
But I feel like he's a good writer.
Okay.
And Scott, it takes place, they've done Scott Snyder's Batman run, and James Tynion kind of worked with him on Batman Eternal. Volume 1 I think was excellent. So I like his work, guys. I think he's a good Batman writer, so I think he was the right man for the job. The artist for this was Freddie Williams II, and Freddie Williams I know him personally from DC Comics. In the mid 2000s, he drew the Robin comic book, and he also drew some Flash issues too. Probably around like 2008, 2009, I want to say. And I like his artwork. I mean, I thought that the artwork in this book was good. So I thought it was a really good team to put together.
Definitely. Overall, with this series, it spanned 6 issues.
Right.
Do you think like the story was like well written throughout the 6 issues, or do you feel like it was like you think it was just too much?
I thought it was good.
You thought it was good?
I thought it was perfect pacing for this type of story. It's funny because I'm usually a sucker for crossovers. But I'm always I don't want to say like I get high expectations for them, but I do. Like I set a high bar for them. So a lot of times I feel like you get 2 properties and they try to protect their characters. Like whenever DC and Marvel cross over, it's like it's supposed to be DC versus Marvel, and it never ends up being DC versus Marvel. Or like do you remember in the early 2000s when Top Cow and Marvel did the crossover where Mephisto came over to Top Cow and was trying to take the souls? So basically they kind of made it like the Top Cow characters were kind of second tier to whereas in this series, if you're a fan of Batman and you're a fan of the Ninja Turtles, I feel like it was consistent. Like the writing was consistent to make Batman feel like Batman, and the Ninja Turtles feel like the Ninja Turtles. I think 6 issues was perfect. And I think that they did a good job progressing the story along in those 6 issues and making it feel like it was Batman and Ninja Turtles.
I thought they did a really good job with the story because it wasn't too overly complicated. It was pretty simple, where the Ninja Turtles just somehow, I guess, just ended up in Batman's universe. And Batman, not knowing who these guys are at first, thought they were enemies, but in the end they came together and decided that they have a common enemy, and Shredder is behind this whole plot of like, I don't even know what Shredder was trying to, like, throughout the whole story I wasn't sure what he was trying to do until I figured out at the end that he tag teamed with freaking Ra's al Ghul and went to the prison, and pretty much I thought it was cool at the end that you find out that he mutated all of Batman's villains into animals. Just like, they're all mutants now, and the battle at the end, and I just thought it was cool, man. Like, like it made sense. Shredder was a badass in this. Ninja Turtles were just as good.
Ra's al Ghul versus the Turtles.
That
was a tight fight. What I thought was cool too is that they picked what I felt was the right character from the Batman universe to put together with Shredder. Because it's like, just a quick history of it, guys. Like, so the League of Assassins is kind of the original. That's like the OG as far as like the ninja groups of these series. And then you have the Foot, which was the next real incarnation of that. And then in Daredevil you have the Hand. So instead of having it like be weird and off base, where like because I was kind of cringing a little bit in the first couple issues, because I was like, I hope that they don't put Joker. I hope they don't put Joker, you know? And then when it was Ra's al Ghul, I was like, this is fucking awesome, you know? Like that was the perfect thing. So I think that they developed a really good story, and the fact that they brought Mutagen over to like the Batman universe and actually made it make sense.
Exactly,
like,
I thought that was cool.
Like that was cool. That was really cool.
All right, so you know, in the end, when they're pretty much turned into mutants, like, what were your thoughts on like the way they looked or the animals that they chose for certain villains? You thought that was pretty cool?
I'll be honest with you, when I really, because you know how I'd say the end for now, at the end of it, I was like thinking to myself, I was like, you know what would be really cool is that if Mr. Freeze stayed a polar bear and like crossed over into the Ninja Turtles like IDW run for like a little story, because I thought that was like perfect. You know, that I thought honestly that was the one that stood out to me the most. I thought Joker as a snake, I was kind of like, this didn't make any sense.
What was Harley Quinn? She was like
a jackal or like a hyena or something like that. Yeah, and that one was kind of like off too. Like some of the animals that they picked, and that was pretty badass. I actually like that one. Some of the animals that they picked weren't as cool, but yeah, Bane as an elephant was really cool. And
the Riddler was like a fox.
Yeah,
was he a fox?
Yeah, like so they did a good job with that. I mean, I think that like the drawing stayed consistent too from like
it really was.
The first book all the way till the end. And I really like the way that they drew Casey Jones.
Yeah, he looked cool shit in that joint.
Yeah, like that was like a really good version of Casey Jones, and it kind of met like the Bat universe, because they had Robin has a cameo in this, the Damian Wayne version of Robin, which was really cool because they showed like the interaction between him and Ra's al Ghul. And was that the last issue?
It was pretty much the last issue.
Yeah, so they had like their interactions in there, and then Casey Jones came over to help the Turtles get back, because basically with the storyline, because we're kind of jumping around here, but in the storyline, the Turtles are over in Gotham City in a new dimension, another dimension, and the mutagen is actually wearing off in Gotham City. So Casey Jones actually crosses over to the dimension with Gotham City to help the Turtles get back, so that they don't degenerate back into just regular Turtles. Splinter's also in this storyline too, and that was pretty cool that you got to see him in the fight scene.
Definitely, it was all good, dude. Everything was pretty. Like I said, it was straight. I wasn't. You know, when I was reading it, like I said, man, I wasn't sure how they were gonna pull it off in the end, because I was like, damn, there's another issue. Like it just kept going. I thought it was gonna be 4 issues, but it just kept going, just kept doing more surprises. I'm like, and they ended up ending it pretty well. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that I will say about this series too is that it's a crossover, and it did a great job of staying true to the current DC run of Batman and the current IDW run of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And if you're a fan, regardless if you're a fan of like Ninja Turtles from the 80s, Ninja Turtles from the 2003 series, or Ninja Turtles of like the current cartoon that's going on, IDW has done a phenomenal job of incorporating all of those generations of Ninja Turtles into it. And this story, it didn't disappoint in that arena either. It kept, you felt like you were reading Batman, you felt like you were reading Ninja Turtles from the comic books, you know, not just from
a certain era.
From a certain era, yeah.
Okay. So in the end, what would you give this series if you had to give it a grade?
Perfect. 5-star rating. I mean, it accomplished everything that I wanted. Good story, good writing, good art,
good characters,
and it was fun. It was a fun read.
So it's a one-hit combo.
It's a one-hit combo.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I think that shit was pretty good too. I was surprised. I'll be honest with you. I was really surprised when I read the last issue. I was like, this shit is tight.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. So you heard it here first from One Hit Combo. System Psycho Josh signing off. If you guys actually read the series, let us know down below what you guys thought about it. If you guys have any other comments, any suggestions of what you guys want us to review, anything you guys want us to look at, we'll definitely, look into it. And follow us on Facebook, Instagram, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Of course, links down below. Once again, guys, peace out.